travel disruptions, illnesses. It's been a bit of a disaster, but we're back at a slightly earlier time this week, and hopefully we will resume with our regularly scheduled every week. But you know, sometimes it's hard to get 5 people to be together. And in fact, you can see we only have 3 of the players and myself. Okay, so we've got Seb playing Gurf.
No.
We've got Brett playing Gendrick.
Hello.
We've got Pace, who's currently on silent mode, but he will be texting us to play as Gror. And I will be taking over for Bria. Once again. Which means I should probably bring up her character sheet.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in early, too. I appreciate it. I had something to do earlier, or later today.
Hey, I mean, it's much better than not playing at all.
Right.
And actually, I'll bet it's a lot better for Seb, who, in case people don't know, is joining us from across the pond.
Hey. Yeah, I'm a little bit more awake.
Yeah. Alright, so, you've opened the tomb door, and you've stepped into this space, and in order to give you a sense of exactly where everything is, I've kind of lifted the camera up a lot. This space is actually about 15 feet tall, and it's about 30 feet by 30 feet, or roughly 10 by 10 meters if we're doing meters.
If we're filthy European. Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Metric for the win.
Actually, I'm going to
It's
double
probably-
check my map. I might have...
Does
Yeah, 30 by
D&D
30.
in Europe, like, do they change? Is it always feet over there still? Or do they change it to meters?
It's meters.
Oh, shit. They localize it. Or rather, they probably, well, no, they're in California, so probably, yeah, they localize it. That is neat.
Alright, so, on the wall, on the far wall, there's another door that you can see. On either side of it are some wall sconces that could fit torches. And there's a big plaque up to the upper right that has an inscription in it. So what languages does everyone speak?
I speak a whopping amount of languages of common.
Oh. Wait, how did you only manage 1 language? You should be able to speak 2.
I have a 0, or I have a base 10 intelligence, or do you get at least 1 more? I never really checked that in here.
I believe you should get 1 more.
Okay, then.
So,
We'll figure that out later.
yeah.
I speak common and draconic.
Oh, you speak Draconic, huh?
So I can better worship dragons.
That's true, that's a good point. Alright, so, Gurf is at least aware that these are Draconic letters, but the inscription gives some numbers, 2 4-digit numbers, and, well, they're certainly not the current year. They could be a year, but if they are, you're not sure when it would be. And, there are 2 words, neither of which seem like a Draconic word, and you don't recognize them. But it is in the Draconic alphabet. So you could pronounce it if you wanted, but it would just be nonsense as far as you can tell.
Did you learn my phonics? Draconic phonics?
Draconic phonics.
Yeah, draconic phonics.
So I'll speak them out loud and see if anyone else sort of picks up on it.
It says Bruce James.
Bruce Willis.
Well, it might be that.
Oh shit. Oh no. He's in here. He's in the cave. Or the... This is like a, let me say, was it a temple?
A tomb.
A tomb, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing the flash is kind of like so-and-so lies here and died from this year into this year or something like that.
Well, that would be a fairly common sense tomb inscription. Alright, I'm going to move you over to a map. Oh, I forgot to put the door in. Oh well, there's a door there. You don't know there's a corridor behind it. Oops.
Can I use my perception to look for like a handle or something for the door?
You absolutely may. There doesn't seem to be a handle. But then there wasn't one on the door that brought you in.
What was it that activated the door on the outside?
So pushing on one side or the other would cause it to pivot around a pivot point in the middle.
Okay, I'm gonna push on one of the sides, far side.
So, wrong tool selected. The door rotates, and I don't seem to be able to rotate, so I'm just going to move it. So there you go. And through there, it doesn't look like it on the map, but that's actually stairs that lead down.
Okay.
So there's a 10-foot wide corridor that leads down, and then you can see it leads down to a landing, and the landing takes kind of a right-hand turn.
Anyone got any good trap sense?
Where would that be under? Is that like a perception thing?
I think it might be a room specific, but
Oh.
I'm not sure.
You can notice traps without being a rogue in this edition.
Yeah. Would that be like a perception deal?
It would be an investigation check.
Okay. Not.
For most traps.
Yeah.
He's really smart.
I'm of average intelligence.
Alright. Well, why doesn't everyone take investigation checks then?
Okay, I'm gonna look, kind of like peers down and be like, I wonder what that is.
Alright, I rolled one just now for Brio. Ouch.
I noticed nothing.
Investigation. Yep. Woo!
Alright,
I probably-
so... And Seb, that 12 was just perception for a door handle, so why don't you roll again?
Just
Oh,
three.
did you? Oh, you rolled the 3, sorry. So what we're missing is Roar's roll, yeah. For some reason,
Investigating.
for some reason I thought the 3 was Groar.
Investigation.
And I need to change the name of the stream. It says Civilization. Civilization.
Pretty
Live.
civilized. Investigation.
It's investigation, yeah. There we go.
Man, the man with the -1 gets the most.
Interestingly, in case anyone watching now or in the future didn't see my stream of Civilization, I streamed while having had way too much cough medicine and being rather high. And managed my quickest win ever. I won before we got to like 1830.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a culture victory, so check out the video if you want to see my quickest ever win. I went from the Stone Age to winning in about 3 hours.
I'm guessing you're France.
But anyway, enough of that. So, you do not find any traps.
Well, seems safe enough.
Alright. So what are you going to do? Perception roll. See what you see.
Down the,
Well, I think Groar is going to take a perception roll.
yeah.
Alright. So, you as you're looking around, you come up to the top of the staircase, and you notice that there's this big round carving on the landing, at the far wall of the landing, and it's etched with all these symbols.
Who wants to take point? I think Bria should.
Because she's not here. Alright, so Gror volunteers. Alright. So, as you guys get closer... oh, sneak. Alright, well, take a stealth roll. If you're gonna try and sneak, you gotta take a stealth roll. Oh, well, that's a very good stealth roll. Alright. So you get to the corner, and I'll let you see just... I'll let you see just past. Alright. So, there's no creatures that you can see, and this carving, as you get closer, you notice that there's a fairly small number of characters that are repeated. And it seems like it's a circle, and it seems to be cut up in concentric rings. The outermost ring has several hundred divisions, and the innermost ring seems to only have a dozen or so, and there's an intermediate ring with an intermediate number of divisions.
There's a lot.
Alright. Sorry about that. You don't feel anything unusual. It's cold and stone. Why don't you guys take history checks?
Oh. Okay.
So, knowledge history. Okay.
I don't know jack shit.
Alright. So, I'll take one for Bria. Oh, hey, look at that. Bria knows what's going on. And she informs you that this is a Netherese calendar circle.
Hmm.
And so, the Netherese calendar was similar to the modern calendar, you know, mostly because it had to track a year of the same length. But, they numbered the years differently, and it was a common motif in a lot of nobles and arcanists and things like that to have some kind of symbol of timekeeping, because the Netherese were very concerned about the continuity of their empire.
So is it set to the year or to the date that it is today, or do we not know what date and year it is right now?
Well, you do know the current date and year in the everyday calendar. Well, actually, you don't know the day anymore because you've been in the Underdark so long. But you're pretty sure on the year. However, none of you are familiar enough with the Netherese, well, in this case, the Loros language, or the Netherese calendar, to know if it's set to any particular day, and if it were, whether that day is today.
Interesting. I agree. Let's sleep. That's good.
Alright.
So, beat cheeks.
Alright, so, you get to these stairs, and these stairs start to, as you get to the landing curves around, as you can see, and then past that there's a spiral that I haven't bothered putting in the map. So would you like to
Like a spiral staircase?
Yeah, sorry. Would you like to descend the spiral staircase?
Yes.
Alright.
Let's do it.
I will move you to an appropriate location for that. Alright. So, you get to the end, and there's a short corridor in which it's basically a 10 by 10, 10 foot wide, 10 foot high, and it leads out into another room This room, although it's not really on the map because, well, I'm lazy, has what looks like shreds of cloth on it. Okay. So as you step through, you notice that there are wall friezes on all of the walls. They all have carvings, but there are deep gouges through all of them that make what they might have been scenes of essentially unrecognizable. There are images of people, and they seem to be doing something, but you can't recognize what they are, or who they are, or what they're doing, because there are these gouges through it. And to your left, there, Gror, there is a stone table. Looks kind of like an altar set against the wall.
Do we see any of this, or is it just Gror that sees it?
Well, let's see. None of you, unless you want to follow him, can see the altar. But all of you can see that the floor has tattered scraps of cloth like rugs on it. And that the walls I'm sorry, have these carvings that have been defaced. There are also two doors. One directly across from you, and one to the right. Like the rugs tapestry on the floor. It's hard to see what they would have been. They're just tattered.
I think I'll follow behind the dwarf. So I guess I'll be like right there.
Alright. Seb, is Gurp gonna do the same?
Yeah, I'll move up.
Alright. Alright. So, what do you want to do?
Can I recognize the kind of damage that the walls are taking? Like, you know, if they've been hacked out with an axe or something else, maybe.
Well, why don't you take an investigation check?
Alright.
No. You have no idea. Anyone else want to take an investigation check?
Sure, I'll take a jab at it.
Alright. 12. So, all the Gendrick knows is that the damage to the walls has been done by... It doesn't look like it was done by hand tools. It looks like something... Each of these gouges was made in probably what was a single stroke.
Is it sort of like claws or like a cutting instrument?
You don't know that. You just know that it wasn't someone, like, sitting there and chiseling away to make a gouge. It was one big stroke that pulled a big part of the rock out.
Big claws then. Oh dear. I'm going to go have a look at the altar.
Okay. So, the altar is covered in symbols and lots of words written with the Draconic alphabet, but that you can't understand.
Like an old dialect kind of thing, I'm guessing.
Well, it might be. Why don't you guys take a history check? See if you can figure out something about the language.
Noise. So we're all doing this because we're like trying to figure out the history of like the language of
Yeah,
the
sure.
tapestry. Okay.
I mean, unless you just don't care, in which case don't bother.
Okay. Yeah. Gendrick is like, let's keep moving.
Alright, well, 11 is enough. So Gror knows that the ancient empire of Netheril had two main languages that were related to each other, and they split fairly early in the history of the empire. And they both used the Draconic alphabet, but that neither one was actually closely related to Draconic.
Hmm.
It's kind of like Polish uses the Latin alphabet, even though it's a Slavic language.
Huh. I guess that's because it's just from the Underdark that they use that. Weird offshoot.
Well, remember, this tomb was not originally part of the Underdark. It used to be floating in the sky until it crashed.
I did not remember that.
Yeah.
kind of the thing from Dragon Ball. I forget what it's called, where they go train.
Yeah. So the big thing that everyone knows about the Netherrealm Empire is that it was a human empire, and that the upper classes lived in these giant floating cities. And then one day, the most powerful wizard that ever existed, tried to become the new god of magic. And that didn't work. And as a result, all these magical floating cities crashed to the ground, which largely ruined the empire.
Damn. Probably killed a shit ton of people, too.
Oh, yes. Yes, very many.
Have we seen any bodies around or skeletons? Or it was
Nope.
probably a long time ago. He deserved it.
Well, I'm sure some of them did. Most of them were innocent.
Probably just, even the kids and shit. Alright, I'd say you guys, let's move south, I think.
Yeah.
Alright. So there's a door there. It's just like the other
Alright.
doors.
No handle?
No handle.
The rotation job then.
Alright. So, you open it, and there's another door, but you're going to have to close the first door in order to get this other door all the way open, or you can try to squeeze through.
Let's close, well,
They're just wide enough that they can't quite open at the same time.
Okay.
you guys want to try that? Just shut, I'm not comfortable with close spaces, so, I don't know.
Go take the other one then.
We could try that. Or we could try and squeeze through, but there might be something on the other side, but there might also be, like, some bad cuckoo shit. Can I, like, inspect, like, this area in between the two doors?
Well, from what you can tell without actually inspecting it first, it's just a 10 by 10 by
corridor.
10 room that 10
Okay.
feet tall, 10 feet wide, 10 feet long.
Alright, Gendrick's all in. He's ready to go. Come hither.
Alright. Is everyone going to follow? Right, so, close the first door, right?
Yep.
Alright. So, you open the next door, and there is a large stone sarcophagus inside the room. And all along the eastern and western walls are little, like, clay jars that are in niches set into the wall.
Man, I'm about to go full link. Yeah. They are be rubies.
Alright.
Yeah, Gendrick kind of just steps in a little bit. Brush. Alright. Is there any writing on, like, the sarcophagus at all?
It is... So, it's not... There's no writing on it, but underneath the layers of dust, you can see mosaics depicting floating cities that are high above a beautiful landscape.
Huh. This is probably someone very important. They probably have some nice gems in those their pots.
Yeah, let's search the
Bria, break one of the pots.
It's time to go Legend of Zelda style. There are clay pots, break them all, because that's the only way to get into them.
Yes.
They certainly... Clay pots never have lids that can be opened.
Never. They're sealed for all time.
Yeah.
Or until someone breaks them.
Or, you know, you could check to see if they do in fact have lids.
I smashed one.
Alright, so what do you use to smash it?
My axe.
Alright, so I guess take an attack roll.
Oh god, I'm gonna miss and hit my foot.
You might.
God fucking damn it, I did.
So yes,
That's how this goes.
you swing, miss, and drop your axe.
Did anybody see that?
Yeah,
Well-
everyone saw it.
Everyone make perception, damn it. Kind of look back at him, blush a little bit, and pick it back up, and then open it up with my other hand.
Ah, you're gonna try opening it.
I'm gonna use my noodle this time.
Alright. So inside is a kind of hard to make out blob of black. It's a solid black blob.
Huh. Do I know the composition, or does it just kind of look gelatinous?
Kind of looks like really old jerky.
Seb, try some of this shit. Or, Gurf.
Well, if it's, I can actually use it, so... Yeah, go on then.
Probably some of your shit. It's probably normal food for y'all people.
Well, I mean, you could take it out and look at it.
Just shove your head in and just start eating it. Just go for it.
Yeah, there is just one piece in there.
Huh.
I'm gonna pick up another one and open one of those.
Alright, there's another black lump. This one's somewhat larger.
Is it coal?
It's room temperature.
Or coal?
Oh, so coal. No, it's certainly not coal. It's kind of tough and leathery.
Huh. Is it like just like you said it's like a blob?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to tell because it's still in the jar. You haven't dumped it out or anything.
Can I kick it over?
What, the jar?
Yeah.
Well, it's inside an inset in the wall, so you could take it out and like.
Oh, I guess I'd have to be like over here then. Wow.
Well, it doesn't matter because you're not like in combat or anything right now.
Just in case.
All right, just in case. I'll move Bria in just in case.
Just in case that lid just pops open.
You never know.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'll just pick it up and look at it. I have gloves on, or at least I hope.
All right. So it's still really hard to bake out inside the jar. You can kind of pick it up and rattle it around, but
Like a Christmas present.
yeah.
Okay, I'll take it out. Can I take it the jar out of the inset?
Okay.
Okay, I take it out, shake it around a little bit, and then throw it on the ground.
All right. Take an attack roll.
Oh my god. Just is that with proficiency bonus?
No, it's not with proficiency bonus because
Okay,
you are
so
not,
just
you are not proficient with jars.
I am not proficient with jars.
No.
God damn it.
All right. Well, it smashes against the ground, and
Hey.
you see that what that blank lump was is a desiccated heart.
Seb, really, I mean, Gurf, really eat this now. It's probably good. Probably good for you. Lots of protein.
I prefer a liver.
I mean,
For livers. There's
lots of-
probably a liver in here
lots of
somewhere. Let's get
protein
through
is-
these jars.
lots of protein that's been there for like 2,000 years.
It's still good. It's 5-second rule. Come on now.
5 million rule.
5 million rule, yeah.
I say we search the actual the coffin.
All right.
Come on.
Well, we could just leave the room.
That's the leave.
Because there's another door, like, this way that's not possibly an undead monstrosity. Like, my spidey senses are tingling, or rather, my Gendrick senses are tingling, and by my Gendrick senses, I mean my groin.
Well, do you want to open the sarcophagus?
Yeah. Yeah, go on then.
All right. So who's gonna open it?
Yeah, I guess I was.
Alright. So, the lid, it looks like it's, like 2 foot, a 2 foot thick slab of stone. However, as you move it, it moves very easily. And, but once it's off, you hear this booming voice say in common, "You have disturbed the tomb of Brisus of Ham. Accursed are you, most miserable of creatures."
I put my hands up. I'm like, I told him not to. Told him not to.
Inside is what seems to be a perfectly preserved human female body that looks like a woman that's just sleeping peacefully.
Like, not decaying?
Nope.
Guys, I really think we should go.
Well, why doesn't everyone take a charisma save?
I'm good at that. All right. Is that just D20 plus your charisma?
Unless you're proficient with the charisma.
I should be. I don't know why he didn't make me proficient with